Hello, it's come round again. It's blood test day for Izzy. So I'm going to be making a packed lunch out of these frozen bits of bread and packing some snacks and drinks, and then we'll be setting off on the scooters because we're trying to avoid the public transport. Clouds are looking like this, but we've decided to risk it because the weather app insists it's not going to rain. We have to go in half an hour, so I'm going to get on sandwich duty. I'm doing tuna sandwiches again because it worked out quite well last time. I'm just going to drain that oil off. Solid as a rock. My hands are greasy now from the fish. Right, there we are. Got it. It's quite easy to spread on frozen bread because it's nice and hard. I think our fridge is starting to pack up. Stuff is cold in it, but it's turned up quite high, and stuff is not that cold. So I'm just hoping it doesn't break. Fingers crossed for now. It's not completely dead. Luckily, Izzy didn't yet go onto that medication that needs to be kept in the fridge, because if the fridge broke, then the medicine would be destroyed, and it's very expensive apparently, the one that she might have gone on. But to be honest, she's doing all right on the one she's on at the moment. I don't think we need to change. I don't think there's any case for changing now. I always feel like I'm feeding a cat when I do this. It's like a tin of Whiskers or something. These just absolutely hit the spot after all the scootering last time in the hot sunshine. Whereas if you make them from frozen, they're chilled by the time you eat them, which is quite nice when you're hot and sweaty. There we are. I'm nearly all packed. I've got a snacky bag and pandemic-y bag, which is stuff like, you know, masks, gloves, hand sanitizer. I'm going to go back to my muslin square mask. I find these too insubstantial, having been used to this with so many layers. You know, once it's all folded up, it's flipping impenetrable, that, compared to that. But I'll put those on Izzy because she does get a little bit overheated and agitated quite easily compared to me, a little bit claustrophobic in it. But I don't, so I'm going to stay with a thick one. But to be honest, Izzy rarely goes anywhere. I've got the scooters out, ready to go. Do you know what I really want? I really want electric scooters, you know, e-scooters, to be made legal here in the UK, because it would make such a massive difference to me and Izzy now more than ever before, because literally we can only go anywhere within the 5-mile limit by public transport. And if we had those scooters that didn't actually kill your leg, we could go further and it wouldn't be like a physical workout to get there. So yeah, actually we're gonna pop in on Izzy's friends on the way back, but I say pop, it's a bit of a dog leg, so it will probably end up being more than 6 miles today, and it's quite a lot on my legs. I get this excruciating pain in the one leg that's on the scooter, and I have to keep stopping and resting all the time, and Izzy's like whizzing off ahead because she's 15 and she can. Oh, it would make so much difference. But I'm not going to buy them if they're not legal, because if we get a fine, it will be crippling. This is where I could do with an attachment for the camera. I can't go full speed, I'll drop the camera. We're on our way and the weather's lovely. We've been going for about half an hour. We're roughly at the halfway point. We've just stopped for a little drink because we've worked up a thirst in the hot sun. Oh, we just made it, and they shut the gate that we normally go in, and I was coming up to it thinking, oh, 1 more minute to the gate and then I can have a rest, and then it was shut and I had to go all the way around, which was quite a bit longer. I seem to have given myself rosy cheeks. Didn't even occur to me to bring sunblock today. Took us 53 minutes, as he said, and that
52 minutes and 7 seconds.
52 minutes and 7 seconds, and that included a quick drink break as well. Izzy's got rosy red cheeks too, and she doesn't want you to see them. Okay, I'm all masked up, gelled my hands. She's got her gloves and mask on, and we're going in. Well, we're out. That took ages today. Poor old Izzy got stabbed a number of times in the arm. They just couldn't get it out for love nor money. They started talking about trying to access a vein through her hand, and she wasn't happy with her, Izzy. She was very polite. She just said, I'm not really very comfortable with that. They persevered and they eventually got blood out, and now it just won't stop, so it's all dribbled down her arm. I better not show it on camera. Some people faint at the sight of blood. So yeah, it's stopped now, I think. So she's having a sugary snack, and We're going to head on our way to our friend's house now on the scooters, and we'll probably have lunch in the garden with our packed lunch. Hello, it's about 4:45 and we've just returned from our gallivantation. I was so sweaty I literally had to change my clothes when I got in. And I am in my pyjama bottoms. Very baggy and unflattering, but very cosy. I am very tempted to buy myself a new scooter. This I found in somebody's rubbish when Izzy was a baby or maybe a young toddler. And I knocked on their door and asked them if they wanted it, and they said no and I could have it. So I don't know, I think it's knackered. Like, I've had a go on Izzy's, and I tell you what, enough easier to ride Izzy's than mine. The wheel's really worn down. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know. I don't know if you can tell, but one side, let me just think which side that is. The right hand side is more worn down than the left. Can you see that? And I don't know if that's affecting the performance. Every so often it just stops and jams, and then I have to fiddle around with it, and then it unjams and goes again. Something fell off it today, but I actually found it again. A knob came off this bit. I was riding along and I thought, hang on, where's that knob? And then when I was riding back from the hospital again, I spotted it on the floor, so I picked it up and put it in my pocket. Ideally, I would really like a battery operated one, but they are illegal at the moment, and I have no idea if they're like just about to be legalised because of the pandemic and everybody needing fresh air transport, or if I just wait for that, I end up waiting for 1.5 years and it doesn't happen, and I have to keep killing my legs on that old clapped out rattling heap of junk. I've got a pot of coffee on the go, my first pot of coffee of the day. We, by the way, had a very pleasant 2 hours in our friend's back garden, socially distanced again, eating our picnic that we packed. Really lovely. It's a bit like mini home ed group. Mums get to chat and kids get to chat. Really lush and relaxing. It's like the mum's chance to recharge for the week. Another thing I'm contemplating buying is a little, like a cheap compost bin. Maybe one of those ones in a sort of baggy cylinder thing that's like tarpaulin-y type material, because I've looked on Amazon and they're only about £10. But do I need to put it directly on earth? Because I only have concrete out there, really. I haven't got anywhere to put it that's on earth. Now, my friend today said that they only had concrete and it worked just fine, so I'm assuming it will be just fine. But I just, you know, since I have got a council of advisors at my disposal, I thought I'd, you know, see what you all thought about putting a compost bin directly on concrete. Thanks in advance for all the tips and suggestions. This is going to be like nectar from heaven, this is now, after going all day without one. That is very good. Isabel is now having a Zoom meeting with a friend. They have organised it amongst themselves. They're writing a script together over Zoom. Just not for any deadline or any, nobody's told them to do it. They just got it into their heads that they would like to co-write a script, and that is what they're doing. And I am going to edit the footage that I've taken so far and see how much I've got, which is something I do occasionally do of an afternoon. It's about 5:45 now. I've just edited what I've done so far and thoroughly enjoyed every minute. I realised as I was sitting there clicking away that I was starving hungry, so I'm reheating yesterday's dinner that is left over, which is some pasta penne with the vegetarian bolognese that I made. Izzy is not hungry at all for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, I bet I do know why. I bet she had a snack when she got in. She went on ahead with the key and let herself in. She was home 10 minutes before. Old slow coach here, stopping every 10 minutes for a rest. This is Izzy, so she's going to heat hers up later. That is a sight for sore eyes after all that physical exertion, fresh air and sunshine, I can tell you. I've really worked up an appetite. It's coming up to 7 o'clock in the evening now. I've just been flaked out on my bed watching coronavirus update videos, basically. The last thing I want to do right now is practice my flute, but I'm going to make myself do it. It's already 7 o'clock. I'm going to warm up the rest of the coffee that I made and take a mug down into the cellar, and I'm going to play through some more of those studies because I let it go again. Didn't practice for the last 2 days. It's quite hard to find the motivation for me at the moment with everything that's going on. I suppose I should put a wash on. And yes, I am now fully in my pyjamas because I just feel pyjama-ish. I'll hang this out in the morning. Nothing like planning ahead. This is actually laundry cam. Look, I didn't get it in shot properly. Oh, I'm tired, I am. I'm tired. I'm losing my touch. It's nice smooth footage though, I have to say. Perhaps that's the trick. Just put your camera in a heavy, big box and hold it by the sides. I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.